everyone, Steven here from Adolescence, and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to do somewhat of a different kind of a video, and I hope that I can get a chance to do this every year. This video is called 10 of 2014 Fragrance Year in Review. So my concept for this video is I'm going to show you guys 10 fragrances that were released in the year 2014, and then very briefly I'm just going to kind of go over them, tell you a little bit about them, what I thought of them. Were they bad releases, good releases, or great releases? So I'm going to try to break it up into one of those three categories. So I think that 2014 was a pretty good year for fragrances. They released many fragrances. Some of them were flankers, some of them were original releases, but for the most part I was excited for both of them. So this list isn't really in any particular order, but I will save the best ones for last, so make sure to watch all the way to the end to see which my favorite 2014 releases were. So I'm going to go ahead and start it off with the first one being Lacoste Live, or some people call it Live. This is a fragrance that they released as a counterpart to a clothing company, or not a clothing company, a clothing line that they launched. And it's a very youthful scent. It has lime, it has musk. To me, this is a good scent. I'm not going to say it's great, and I'm not going to say it's bad. It's kind of like right in the middle. I think it's a good scent because it's good for a youthful crowd. It's good for a more contemporary, youthful, teenager kind of a crowd. I think that it's very evocative of maybe scents that you might find at like Hollister or Abercrombie and Fitch. Kind of has that vibe to it. But it's nice. It's a great casual wear scent. I think overall, in terms of uniqueness and everything, I think it's just a good scent. So that was my number 10, Live or Live by Lacoste. The next scent that I want to talk about is one that was released from the House of Bulgari. They actually released a couple of fragrances this year. This one is called Acqua Amara, which translates to bitter water. So here's the infamous teardrop or water droplet kind of a bottle. Of course, the original Aqua has gotten a lot of praise. It's a very unique scent. It contains a note of seaweed, and when they decided to release this scent, they wanted to also amp up the ante a little bit, make it a little bit more unique, because this one contains a note of bitter orange, and it does kind of have that feel to it when it first opens up, and then it settles into the aquatic and the DNA of the original Acqua Amara. So I think of the original Aqua, I mean. So I think Aqua and Aquamarine were already unique to begin with, and this one didn't do things too differently, making it somewhat of a redundant purchase, but it's still different enough, I think, if you're a collector, to warrant a purchase. So this one is Acqua Amara by Bulgari. The next one that I want to talk about is a tried and true staple release. You can expect this every single year. Azzaro does this with their summer flankers. Lotus et Pomme does this with their summer flankers. This one is CK1 Summer, and this is the 2014 version. This is a great scent. It doesn't really smell too similar to CK1. I think CK1 is a nice soapy, kind of calm, chill, laid-back scent that's very good for casual wear. This one doesn't necessarily have an aquatic tinge, but it has a feeling to it that makes it somewhat similar to Tommy Bahama's Set Sail St. Bart's. That crossed with Bond No. 9's Coney Island. It has a salty nuance, it has a melon nuance, it has the a mojito accord in it, which kind of makes it smell a little minty, a little citrusy, some lime in there. I think it's a great scent, very refreshing, and very unique for a designer release. You don't really find too many of those, so I think they really outdid themselves with this one. This one is CK1 Summer 2014. The next one that I want to talk about is, oh, by the way, I think this one was good. This is a great release. I do think that this is a great release. The next one that I want to talk about is also a great release. This one actually caught me straight out of left field. I wasn't expecting this one to be received as favorably by me as I did. This one is actually by Bath & Body Works. This one is called Mahogany Woods. So this has a really nice bourbon vanilla with almost kind of like a tobacco nuance to it. I know what people are going to think right away, Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, but no, it doesn't really have that vibe to it. It's more of like a sweet vanilla, almost gourmand kind of a scent. Very well done. And for a Bath & Body Works scent, that you can find for like $29, and you buy 2 get 1 free, or I think it's buy 3 get 3 free. They have different deals, but you can actually get this one for a very cheap price, and the quality is superb. I know they have this one, they have another one called, I think, Alpine Suede or something like that, and another one called Whitewater Rush. All 3 are great. This is my favorite of the 3. Really well done. Make sure you check it out. Really nice, spicy, warm, gourmand vanilla. Very well done. Some resins underneath. The next scent that I want to talk about is another great release. I don't think we have any bad releases in this list. They were either good or great, but this one was great. This one is actually by Thierry Mugler, and this is a limited edition version. This is Pure Wood. So I'm just going to take out the 10 milliliter decant here. Really great fragrance. For fans of the Pure Lime, Pure Malt, Pure Havane, of course they were very skeptical about this, especially considering that they haven't really done too well with Pure Energy. I know they're coming out with a new one called Ultra Zest, also in the rubber flask. This one is a nice, woodier, more resinous version of the original Amen, but it still smells very different from it. Not like Pure Leather, where it smells almost identical with that added leather note. This one actually does do it differently. The only qualm that people had is that it's a little bit weaker in performance, but of a fragrance with this compositional nature, you don't really want it to be too strong. So I think they did a pretty good job with this one. I would actually go ahead and say that this is a great release. The next fragrance that I want to talk about was just a good release, you know, and it was kind of a letdown. It was a bummer for me because I was really looking forward to this fragrance. I had such high hopes for it, and then I get it, and it leaves so much to be desired. This one is by Dolce & Gabbana, and it's called Intenso. So of course the original Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme was released back in the 90s, and here we are however many years later, and we have a flanker release. Too bad it's not intense. It's not an intense version of the original at all. It's actually a little bit weaker, and it had such an intriguing note breakdown with notes like bran and hay and a maple accord, which is a type of wood that's native to southern parts of Africa. But then you smell it, and it smells like a more aquatic version of the original. So go figure. If you have the original, this would be a redundant purchase. Do I think this is a bad scent? No, absolutely not. Why? Because it smells so similar to the original, and I think the original is a pretty good scent. So therefore, this one would also be a good scent. Number 4 on this list, fragrance that I want to talk about, is actually a gift that was given to me by a very good friend of mine and fellow member in the YouTube fragrance perfume community named Anita. So Anita, thank you so much for this one. This is actually a flanker to a very popular Middle East fragrance that I love called Ragba, and this one is by the same house, Latafa Perfumes. This one is called Ragba Wood Intense, and this is Eau de Parfum Concentration. This is such a stunning release of 2014. I'm so happy that I have this bottle in my collection right now. This is a really nice, how can I describe it? It has a very similar vanillic ambery DNA, just like the original one, except this one does have like a leathery backbone, but it also has amped up nuances of wood. Now, you could sense a little bit of agar wood in the original Ragba. This one is amplified a little bit, and I think it's overall, I would honestly go as far as saying I think it's a better version of Ragba. I think they're both unique, and they're both great in their own reign. I do think that this one is a little bit more wearable though, because it doesn't have that cloyingly sweet factor or element that the original had. Great release. Alright, the next one is probably one of the best releases of 2014. Some people might argue that it is the best. I don't think it is, but I think for a celebrity scent, this one really caught people off guard, and they did a really good job with this one. This one is made in collaboration with Comme des Garçons, and it's actually Pharrell Williams' scent called Girl. So it's a unisex celebrity scent by Pharrell Williams, and it's a really nice combination of dirty vetiver and cedarwood. So it's woody, it's earthy, it's rooty, it's kind of damp, and it's so different and unique and avant-garde because, like I said, it was made in collaboration with Comme des Garçons, which is a niche company that, almost like the epitome of niche, that Pharrell has been working with for a long time now. It's actually his favorite company, and he said one day he was going to have them make a scent for him, and he did. I think it's a great scent. It really is different. Give it a try next time you're in a department store, be it Macy's or Sephora, and I think you will really be caught off guard by it. Number 2, I think, is probably one of the best in my humble opinion, one of the best releases of 2014. And this is also a flanker. So they did release a flanker of the original of this fragrance a while back. Wasn't really a fan of the first flanker that they released. And then they came out with this one. I was a little bit skeptical, but when I tried it, man, I fell in love with it. This is by Bulgari, and this is a flanker to Bulgari Man. This one is called Bulgari Man in Black. This is a peppery, black pepper, pink pepper, more resinous version of the original, which is mostly honey and black pepper. This one kind of bears some similarities to Spice Bomb by Victor and Rolf, but they are both very different scents. So please make sure you try this one out. Great scent, very smooth, a little bit sweet, kind of ambery, resinous, sophisticated, real classy, and it stands out. And I think they really pushed the boundaries with this scent. Just a superb release, one of my favorites. And last up, I'm going to leave it for another great release. I think all of these have been great releases except for Intenso, which was just good because it didn't really fulfill my expectations. But this one is, like, I think, in my opinion, probably the best release of 2014, kind of tied with Bulgari Man in Black. This is a fragrance by Valentino, and it's called Valentino Uomo. I think that this is a stunning scent, really knocked it out of the park with this one. It's very similar to Christian Dior's Dior Homme, but that's only because they have the same perfumer, who is Olivier Polge. And this is a nice combination of this sensual iris mixed with hazelnut, and it has a nutty quality but with a sweet undertone. It's just a great scent. You can wear it casually to work, night out. It has that sensual element to it, but it's also very classy and elegant and refined. Just a beautiful scent, very addictive smell, and I'm going to leave this off as my favorite release for 2014. I really think they knocked it out of the park with this one. So two more fragrances that I do want to mention before I conclude this video. I think that Dior Homme O was a pretty good scent, not great, but I do think it was a good scent. And another great one that I didn't get a chance to buy yet is Nuit de Say by Issey Miyake. When you are in Sephora or whatever, make sure you check it out. So there you have it, guys. These have been 10 releases of 2014 and what I thought about them. If you like the concept for this video, let me know. Leave a comment down below. I'll try to do this one again next year. And if you own or have tried any of them, let me know what you think. You know, do you agree that this is probably one of the best releases of 2014, or that Man in Black is one of the best releases of 2014? Let me know. So please don't forget to rate and subscribe for future videos and frequent giveaways. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Stephen with another video from Radolescence. See you soon.